The following is a whole bunch of testimonies and recordings based off of an individual who is on VR chat. This person on VR chat goes by the name of Feral Ezra, and also had multiple other names such as Devil Shar, Jester, Junie Pup, the works. Everything here has been recorded, documented, and along with more evidence will be presented in the future as well. This is part one. You will be hearing several recordings from several people giving testimonies from the past to the present, along with other little pieces of information as well that will be given during these recordings.
Alright, let's start small. What's your name?
My name's Ivy Winters.
That's VR chat?
Yes, VR chat. I do not want to disclose my actual name.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Tell me from the very beginning.
Oh, where to start? Okay, so let's start 3 years ago.
That's fine.
I was in a relationship with somebody else. Let's call him Ambrose because that's what he went by on Instagram. I was dating him, and that's how I ended up meeting. I'm gonna call her Rim because that's what most people know her by at the time. Except for her, it was under a different name. I just don't remember. But she apparently met him and went around saying that them two were dating. Obviously, there's a little controversy there, and then it ended up turning out that she actually wanted me and not him. Then, out of nowhere, she randomly disappears for I don't know how long. So I'm going to skip ahead to when she comes back to talk to me. This is around the time when I was freshly turned 18. She came back around under the name Moo. She also told me that she was 20 years old. And I didn't think anything of it because, you know, me being the gullible person back then, I'm just like, okay, cool. She would show me pictures of her and pictures on her Instagrams and posts and stuff. And then around the time when I was in...
Hold on.
Huh?
So during this time, she was jailbaiting you?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, continuing.
Go ahead.
So... she found out that I had Discord. And she's like, do you want to add me on Discord? I'm just like, yeah, sure. And so we would chat on there. Nothing too off-putting there then. This was also around the time, wasn't dating Ambrose, but I was dating someone else named, let's call Murdoch. He was a very toxic person, but that's besides the point. He does play a vital role. So, but I'm over here chatting, I end up meeting somebody named Toxic. Because that's her apparently quote-unquote VR kid, or VR child of some sort. I don't remember much of what happened there, but all I know is Murdoch came to me saying that Moo wanted to talk to me about something. Turns out, she was 16 at the time, and she faked what she looked like. She pretty much catfished me.
Oh.
And I'm sitting here fucking confused. I'm just like, are you fucking serious right now? I'm, like, actually fucking disgusted and hurt. I'm just like, this, like, dude, this isn't right. And she then confessed, yeah, no, this is true. And, yeah, no, I was pissed off. Skip ahead, Toxic ends up comforting me and then invites me into this poly. Oh... This is when I met Demon Incubus. We weren't really close then, but we were very familiar with each other within the poly. So we were all dating, and there's this other person. Her name was Rim, as I mentioned earlier. So Moo and Rim were supposedly two different people, but eventually things weren't adding up, and then we ended up connecting the pieces, and we found out it was her. Posing as another person. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And shit happened. I don't remember what happened after that, but I do know, skip ahead. I haven't heard from her in a while. and I thought I was done with her. She comes back around under a new account. I don't remember much of what happened then, but let's just say she invited me to a server, I believe, where I ended up meeting someone named Fallen. Now, I can't go into much details with him because he's not too much of a good person himself.
That's fine.
But she went under a name at the time called Mommy Gothic. I'm trying to remember all these names. She went by, I'm going to tell you this right now, she went by so many different names and shit.
I get it. With me.
But anyway, so she went by this under name of, yeah, Mommy Gothic, and she was trying to get into a relationship with Fallen. When we found out who she was, she ended up disappearing, and me and him ended up getting closer as friends and whatnot. I think at one time we started dating. And then, of course, she went under more different names and stuff, and that's when I ended up meeting some friends, one of them being Snoopy Woo. Now, Snoopy Woo, I can't really go into much details with him, but he had to deal with her. He had to deal with her for about 4 years prior to that, or I think so. I don't remember. Yeah. But I'm good friends with him. There were some other people I became friends with because of the whole situation. But yeah, no, it got so bad because there was a lot of people involved. It got so bad to the point where she even got doxxed. I had no part of it. All I know is that it happened because she kept going through.
I have seen docs, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
People keep signing it. Signing it to me and shit. So.
Mm-hmm. At one point, she decided to pose as her sister. Don't remember that name, but she used to pose as her sister and be like, "Oh yeah, no, Rim's a bad person, blah blah blah." Turns out that she was the one being her sister. I'm just like, wow, okay. And the thing is with me, around that time, I could tell who she is.
Like, full on acting.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It wasn't even acting because she would literally act the same way that Rim herself would be like.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept telling people, I had to tell people, I'm just like, I have a bad feeling about this. And I didn't feel like anybody believed me, but then Snoopy was just like, no, we get you. We got you. It was just wow. I think I'm trying to think ahead. So I think after there was more accounts and whatnot and whatever, but later down the line, she ended up disappearing for a while. Let's skip ahead to when I finally got VR chat. Now this was when I was on desktop. She friended me, and we used to be friends for a little bit, thinking, okay, maybe she fucking changed and shit, because she would actually talk and whatnot. No, she's still the same fucking person. She doesn't fucking change one bit.
Nope.
She still kept going at her fucking antics, trying to get with me after I told her no. Like, literally, I would tell her no, because I knew she was underage. And I did not want to be with her because she fucking tricked me, and it's not fucking cool. It was fucking painful.
How old are you right now?
I'm 21.
Okay.
I think this was like 2 years ago, so I was 19. I think this was a little before I turned 19, but around that time.
18 or 19.
Yeah. But I don't remember much of what happened in between that, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead to last year. So, last year, oh boy, she came around as a mute. I don't remember what name she was under, because she's under so many freaking names, dog. But she was under a different name. This was around the time when I had a friend. I'm going to call him, I'm trying to think, I don't want to... Actually, he doesn't use this name anymore anyway, so let's call him Stag.
Okay.
He was my best friend, and we had a little bit more of a dynamic there, like, I don't want to sound weird, but like a pet master dynamic thing. That's kind of what we were at the time.
Understandable. Yep.
But
it's
like,
common.
What was really fucking weird, I think she wanted me to be her VR kid. Yeah, her VR kid. Yeah, okay, now I remember. So she wanted me to be her VR kid. And it was really fucking weird because, she was posing as a 20-year-old. well, there was a day when she came in and she started being very touchy-feely with me. I'm just like, this is not what you're supposed to do to your VR kid. That's just really weird. And then she went up to my best.
How?
Like, she was putting her hands on me. She took off her clothes in VR and she would just get all up on me and stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh.
And then she would be very flirtatious towards my best friend, Stag. And I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable with this at all. Because she knew what he was to me and everything. And I'm just like, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm very skeptical. So when he invited her into a server that he isn't really active in anymore. I don't think it's active at all. But I told him, just to be on the safe side, please age verify her, because I didn't feel comfortable with it. She tried to age verify, and obviously I fucking caught that shit in a fucking quick glance, because, yeah,
so
no.
she tried to fake ID.
It was fake. Yeah.
Yep. She's done it before.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. But let's skip ahead to October 4th. So,
Of this year?
of last year. Whew.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no. So, this was when I was 19 turning 20. Fuck my life.
Take your time.
So, yeah, so there's a person I'm friends with. I don't even know what to call him, but let's just say we were in a relationship prior. Like, we were in a relationship before any of this shit happened. We ended up cutting it off. So, so she goes on Twitter under this so-called account that she has, the 20-year-old that was hitting on my best friend and shit.
Okay. There will be multiple accounts under that name. Double Shot, Jester.
It might have. I think it might have been Jester last year.
Alright.
So,
Probably.
she posted on Twitter accusing me of being a pedophile.
With no evidence.
And, yeah, no evidence. Saying that the person that I was with, again, we broke up a while ago, so I'm not sure how this kept going at it the way it was. But some person he was dating was claiming he was 16. He was not 16.
Interesting.
Yeah, he wasn't 16. But like, they were claiming he was 16. However, she herself ended up backfiring on her because she ended up getting caught ERPing with a 17-year-old acting as a 20-year-old.
And how old at that time?
She was 17.
Oh, she was 17?
Yeah, posing as a 20-year-old.
Oh.
And then, because this was, the blacklist had to come to me about, because there was an OC blacklist about this whole situation, and it was a little scary for me, because mind you, I was at work at the time. I was stressing out, I was crying my eyes out, because I'm just like, this is not fucking happening. Because I also have a reputation on Instagram, and I take that very seriously, because I love taking photos. I'm a photographer in VR chat, and I love what I do. And then, yeah, she got caught out, and then people later found out that she was actually faking her age and shit, because she also got called out on Twitter for that.
That's pretty usual.
I then later found out that the reason why she did what she did was because I wouldn't date her.
What?
Yeah. She tried accusing me of being a pedophile because I would not get back with her after I told her multiple times, I do not want to get back with you. I do not want to be with you. You fucking hurt me. You catfished me. You did all this shit to me. What makes you think I want to be in a relationship with you?
Wow.
And it fucking sucked because I had to fucking deal with this emotional and mental stress a couple of weeks before my birthday, because my birthday is in October.
Man, happy belated birthday. Hands on.
You're good. But anyway, so after that, I didn't hear from her. Then she went under a different name. I think it was Devil Char.
Yeah.
It was Devil Char and like a few other names. I can't remember.
Devil Char.
Yeah. Yep. She I'm trying to remember which one it was that she came under, because I ended up meeting with a friend under this name. He goes by Geo. I'm gonna just call him Geo. I met him through her. I think it was Deskoober. I can't say for sure. But I ended up reconnecting with someone named Jaeger, who, let's just say about 2 to 3 years ago, within that poly that I mentioned to you like a while back with the rim situation, he was not a good person. He was apparently known to being a pedophile.
Gross.
I don't know if the accusations are true, nor do I care, but like apparently she was friends with him, and he ended up reconnecting with me. Never met him on VR chat, because I didn't have VR chat at the time. But I met him just like, your voice sounds awfully familiar, because I knew what people sound like. Later, come to find out, it was him under a different name. Don't remember his name, though. But then, after a while, some things just didn't really add up. And after learning her, like, actions and stuff, I'm just like, no, this is fucking her, for Christ's sakes. Like, she doesn't know when to quit.
Obviously.
Yeah, no, so after a while, I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. She tried contacting me. Ooh, actually, no. Actually, yeah, skip ahead a little bit. She did go by Devil Chart this time.
Yep.
So, let's just say something of this year. So, this was about, like, 5 months ago, I guess. I was talking to somebody named Zero. She came around wanting to be friends with me again. Actually, no, I don't... Where'd she go by? I think she went by,
Action.
Feral Mutt. She went by Feral Mutt. My bad, not Devil Chart. Feral Mutt.
Feral Mutt.
Yeah.
There's a name.
So that's one of her recent ones. But yeah, no, so Feral Mutt, she was under that name. She friended me, and okay, so I'm pretty sure you know who I Am Shadow is.
Yeah.
He's had to deal with this bitch for so long, but like he came up to me. I think it was
either me right now.
Actually, no, it wasn't him. It was Demon. He came up to me, or I asked him, "Is Feral Mutt who I think it is?" And he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, cool." Oh boy.
Yeah, that's just a never learn, never will.
Yeah. So she comes to me apologizing, wanting to be friends, all this shit, yada yada. I'm just like, okay, fine. But then again, she starts bitching and yelling at Zero because apparently she doesn't like men. And then I think about 30 minutes later, he comes and tells me, that she wants him to fuck her. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I think this is like either later that night, him and I have an argument because apparently Feral decided to tell him that I fucked her and shit, even though it wasn't true. And he's like, "Oh, she said she knew you'd say that, blah blah blah." And,
yep.
Yeah, and I broke down crying, and I asked Demon to join off of me. I'm just like, I am not feeling well. I'm like, this is agonizing. Mind you, she's 18 at the time. I forgot to mention that she's 18. She's 18 as of this year.
I'm aware.
Okay, but skip. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I say unfortunately because that means she's gotten away with everything she's done in the past, which is not fucking okay, and I'm not happy about it. Because she's no longer a minor. So, yeah, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, so skip ahead to, let's say, actually, let's skip ahead to the most recent shit ever.
Let's go.
This was about a month or two ago. So, okay, I don't go to many ERP communities because this is not my thing, but I decided that one day I go to a community group because I'm in their server. I'm just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna chill out here because I didn't really have anybody to hang out with. I ended up running into a friend of mine who I met through another friend, and we ended up talking about some stuff because I'm just like, okay, cool. Actually, no, this was last month. Oh, shit, that's scary to find out.
Oh, God.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. So, I'm over here having a casual conversation with him when all of a sudden, I see him talking to Air. Mind you, this is the part where she's under Feral Ezra. Yeah, I had her blocked. It turns out she was trying to get me removed from the instance because apparently she didn't want me there. Then all of a sudden, I hear
It's kind
him
of
just
crazy that she was at any here that, you know, especially she's
yeah.
been blacklisted from
Oh
that
yeah,
kind of
trust me,
stuff.
that's gonna get juicy. Anyway, so I have my friend who I'm talking to. He randomly blurts out, "That is a very bold fucking accusation you're making," and I'm just like, and I'm sitting here again having her blocked. I'm just like, what the fuck is she saying? Turns out she was accusing me of being a pedophile once again.
Not great.
With no proof. And so he tried asking for proof. She refused to give any. And then on top of that, she kept backtracking on what she was saying. And mind you, he was recording, by the way, because whenever he's in an instance, he does record to keep
Do
as
you
evidence.
happen to have the recording?
I would have to get in touch with whatchamacallit, with the person that was recording it.
That would be great.
I can't guarantee I'll be able to get it because that is for confidential, like it's for like group, like the community reasons, but I can see what I can do.
Understandable.
But within that video, sorry.
Easy.
No, you're good. I'm fine, I promise.
It's
But
fine.
within that video, you might actually like see me freaking out and stuff because I'm experiencing a sense of deja vu. I've had this happen to me before because my reputation, because of what she did last year, partly tainted my rep. And I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. This is
Yeah,
fucked
it's
up.
understandable.
And I'm just like, this is not cool. But, and so that's when I got, like, a few people involved. Demon was one of them. And I end up calling him. He's like, hey, what's wrong? I'm just like, I'm freaking out. I need you in here. Please get on. Like, I'm on the verge. I'm probably crying at this point because I'm just like, this is not happening again. So him, Shadow, one other person, and, actually, two other people join in, and they're all there to be my alibis because they've known me for a while now. Basically, long story short, she didn't have evidence, and she ended up saying that none of it was true. It was so embarrassing too because I had like two other people who I didn't even know. They came up to me trying to comfort me. They hugged me and they're just like, this should not be happening to me. You'll be okay. We're on your side. Shit like that. I'm just like, this is embarrassing.
Well, yeah. That means
Um,
right.
yeah, but as a result, we later found out that she was actually not even in the server because you're supposed to be in the server and able to in order for you to be able to access the groups.
What the
That's how that
fuck?
works. Somehow, well, here's the thing. Somehow she still had those groups. Yeah, somehow she still had those groups, and she never left it. So, with that being said, after they reviewed the video, and after everything that happened, they fully blacklisted her from the server and the group, so she's no longer back into the community. It took me a while to it did take me a while. Yeah. As I was saying, it did take me a while to calm down, but I ended up leaving the instance. I ended up clearing my head because, dude, that was stressful. That was, whew.
That is totally understandable.
Yeah, ever since then, I haven't heard from her. The only thing I've heard is what people have been telling me down the grapevine. Again, I probably missed some details, but then again, it's been like the span of 3 fucking years, so it's like I'm just surprised I remember some of this. But yeah, no, it was hectic. I'm trying to remember because I do remember. I think I have a video that somebody recorded. I don't know if I still have it. But there's a video recording of her basically saying, like, I think she did stuff with a minor while she was 18. I can't put my... Here's the thing, I don't remember. I'll have to find the video. But I was there in the instance when she tried accusing me of shit. I think I also had her blocked. I think this is when she was under Devil Char. But she basically started threatening me and shit, and she's like, "Oh, you're a bitch, you're a slut, go die, go kill yourself," like the whole normal spiel.
And if
Because she didn't give a fuck. And that reminds me. So this was like back in think like around February or March. This was around the time I was dating Demon.
well, that
I had a friend, or I used to date her, but we don't talk anymore as of currently. But she had Urza record a video of her basically stating that she lied to everybody. She apologized for calling me a pedo and some other shit, along with
interesting.
apologizing to other people. I'm pretty sure Demon has that on file, so if you were to ask him to give you
Oh,
that
I've
video,
seen it. I've seen it a
yeah,
long time ago.
yeah.
That didn't mean shit.
Yeah, no, it did, because now there's a new video on her YouTube that was brought to my attention, and I don't
And
even think she's gonna go through with that either.
I'm well aware of the video.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to find out is the victims' names.
Unfortunately, there's like been way too many people that have been victimized by her. Who like the recent people in her video, I don't know who they are except for Demon, so unfortunately I can't help you out on that part.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I can see if I can get in touch with a couple of others. However, I can't guarantee they'll want to say anything because
That's
they
fine.
really don't want any part of this, which I cannot blame them.
Oh, believe me, I don't either. But here I am again. You know,
Right.
the back and forth, fucking up and down, endless spiral. That I
No,
have to come
trust
back.
me.
Several other people have to come back. It's bullshit. And it
Uh-huh.
sucks. And yeah, I wish it was done. But
Yeah,
no.
no, someone needs to put her in jail because that is extremely how bad it is. Like,
I
I'm
mean,
fed up.
yes, it's extremely bad. The fact
I
that
mean,
she admitted the fact that she had 7 people kill themselves is extremely bad. And if
yeah.
those names are actually legit, she's fucked. She's going to jail. Regardless.
And
It's
she's not gonna
cyberbullying.
say the names.
Oh, I know she's not. I know she's not. Because she's scared.
Oh boy.
So, tell me a story.
With Jester.
Yeah.
Alright. So I'd first met them um in I think public ERP instance. I basically joined the ERP instance just to chill and see what was happening.
Okay.
And they were in there. I didn't know who they were at the time. You know, whatever. And from what I remember,
How long ago was this?
huh?
How long ago was it?
It was like a while ago. It's
A year?
nice.
2 years?
I think a year ago by this point.
Okay.
Because I think at the time I met them, they had just turned 18.
Alright. Continue.
And so yeah, I was chilling, seeing what was happening. They were doing their own thing in the ERP instance. And they then I think called me over. And because, you know, if you're horny, you just do whatever.
Yeah. That will be.
Yeah, we did the whole thing like that, blah, blah, blah. And then we didn't fully talk. I think after that, we just like exchanged like Discord for a bit. And then just didn't talk. And then I think one day they texted me. So my brain is still kind of not able to remember everything though.
Take your time.
Hmm?
Take your time.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, we talked back and forth. And then I think in between that, I don't really remember much. I think we just talked normally, and I didn't really know much about them. Still, they didn't tell me anything. Then I started dating them, which I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I started dating them. At first, they were, nice and lovely. But then they did start to show their true colors. They were very manipulative towards me. Basically, anytime I didn't fuck them, they would go to another person and basically fuck them and say of how much they were better than me and all that. Narcissistic as well.
So, petty bullshit.
Say that again.
So was petty bullshit.
Basically. Anytime I didn't sleep call them, because I don't really like sleep calling anymore, they would get angry about it.
Yeah.
They also tried to force stuff onto me that they knew was uncomfortable about me.
They try to force.
Yes. Basically,
Okay.
pressure, like pressure me into stuff. Such as
Did you ever, any time, do it with her? And she forced you?
No.
Okay.
She tried, but didn't.
How many times has she tried to force you?
It was like a few times about the same thing.
Okay. Continue.
She wanted to peg me, and because I don't like that. She kept going on and on about. I basically told her stop and kept going. Yeah. And we would have constant arguments because they kept putting me
So, hold on. When you wanted her to stop, she didn't.
She basically kept talking about it. Like,
Okay.
stop talking about it for that day, then bring it up like the next day, basically.
Okay. I thought she was doing stuff to you and you told me to stop.
No. I basically, it was over text, most of this stuff.
Understandable.
Then what was it? Basically kept going with that. We got into fights, of course, because started to see how they were going to be very manipulative and everything. And, what was it? We got into a fight where I basically shouted once because I was getting angry, of course. And then they were going that I was a jerk, I was a toxic piece of shit.
So, spreading rumors?
Didn't spread anything, but basically was saying to me that I'm a toxic piece of shit. Basically playing the victim in that situation.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they would do that quite a lot. They would also use quite a lot of their alters to get away from stuff. For example, they would fuck a lot of dudes, even while still in a relationship with me. And then, like, kind of blame it on their alters, which I didn't believe, because...
Yeah, alter thing, I don't believe at all. So,
I don't believe either, because they switched...
I have DID, so I know what it's like to actually have one. But, she has no excuse.
Yes. Now, what was it? She then decided to copy a thing that I have, which I have short-term memory loss. And so she decided to copy that quite a lot.
And you were diagnosed with it?
I am diagnosed with it, like
Okay.
fully
Alright.
diagnosed.
Take your time. Fine.
Yep. Yep, of course, don't worry. And then, Jester would start doing, would start taking that on to them because I know they have memory loss when at the start they never had that.
Uh-huh.
I know a few people, warned me about them, but because me, during the time that I was with them, I was not in a great place mentally. So they kind of took advantage of that. So yeah.
Emotional manipulation.
Yeah, basically like they kept going with this, and I kept staying with them. It kept going on of the whole on off type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then from what I remember, there was one time I was with a load of friends, and because they fucked a lot of guys, I did not really see that as being equal. So I decided to, well, me and Jester and a few friends were in the same world, and of course we start all flirting with each other basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just having a bit of fun nerfing, and because of that, they would Jester would get upset with it.
Keep going.
Yep, basically Jester would get upset with it and would run off, basically being upset and all that. And then I think Demon Incubus would remember that bit. And because we were all having fun, all that happened. So basically, they had the whole thing of I wasn't allowed to fuck anybody else, but they were allowed to fuck as many people as they wanted. And they even flaunted
Interesting.
about it. Yeah. They even flaunted about it like, oh, this guy fucks me better. I'm just like, I don't care. So, yeah.
Him trying to mentally fuck you over.
Basically, and then because they were poly and I wasn't, they wanted to include include someone who was 17 in the relationship,
What?
which yeah.
So, was she European with the 17-year-old?
From what I know, yes. And because of me, she knew I had short-term memory loss, and
Do
only
you
mentioned
know the name of this 17-year-old?
no, because I got off contact with like everything that was to do with Jester, like even people that were near them at the time.
Okay. You continue.
And because they knew I had short-term memory loss, they had only mentioned their age once. And with my
So they did
short-term
it on purpose.
I think they did, honestly. And because of that, I did not remember their age, and with that, I accidentally flirted with the 17-year-old, which I feel disgusted about, even to this day that I did that.
I see.
And, yep, I did not even do any ERP, I just flirted, basically.
You're right.
And, yeah, that will come
But
into
she told you that she ERP'd with this person, correct?
I don't think she did, but I think she kind of hinted that she had done stuff with the 17-year-old.
Okay.
So yeah, they included that. And, of course, arguments still happen between me and Jester. Until the point that, I left them for good. Because
so, what happened after that?
what happened after I left them for good, they went around telling public ERP groups that I was a pedophile because of my short-term memory loss and because I flirted with the 17-year-old. And I think at the time they were a dancer for a club.
So they were slandering your name, correct?
Say that again.
They were slandering your name.
Yeah, basically. Yep. And basically, they did that, and most public European ones tried to shadow ban me, like, blacklist me, because they believed her word. Until
With no evidence.
Yep. Without any evidence.
I see.
I think the club she had worked for basically came to me about it, talk about it, get my.
She never was a dancer to begin with.
Yeah, they tried to be a half-boy dancer, but they weren't that good.
Yep.
So yeah, the club owner came to me to ask about my story, and from what I know from them,
Do you know the club?
I have the person still added, the club owner, but I can't remember the club name.
Okay.
Yep, and they came to me, asked about my side of the story, and they only gave 2 bits of proof, so I think the club owner, and that was me flirting with the 17-year-old when I had forgotten their name. Or not forgotten their name, I had forgotten their age. So they had shown that, and they asked for my side of the story, and I basically said that I had short-term memory loss and I was fully diagnosed. All that. They asked to basically see that I was fine with showing it. And so, I basically then warned them about the type of person that Jester was. Showed quite a lot of screenshots of the chats that they were having with me, of how manipulative they were with me.
Do you still have those?
Not at the not now. They were in a group chat, from what I believe. You would have to ask Demon Incubus if he's still in it, because I did not want anything to do with Jester.
Okay.
I basically left.
Alright.
And then I think that was the last bit. And then the last bit of Jester stuff that happened. And because of that, I always had a grudge on them. Until I think one day, this was a while ago, like a while after the whole situation with like me and Jester dating and all that. I was fine, doing my own thing. And then a person added me on Twitter whenever I was doing content, named Juniper. And because of me, I didn't automatically think they were Jester. And, we were just chilling, doing our own thing. Until one day, I think Demon Incubus mentioned that he thought she looked very suspicious, from what I remember.
I remember the Juniper thing. I remember that they were catfishing and shit. Where, yeah.
Yeah, Juniper and all that. And then it was found out it was Jester. They basically changed her name. Stolen someone's identity, basically.
Yep.
And I think stolen their nudes as well. Basically someone else's nudes. I don't know
Yep.
who it was.
That's true.
Yep, and then that was found out, and I basically blocked them because I didn't want to be near them. I didn't want anything to do with them. And yeah, they've been keep on terrorizing me, adding me basically to say, "Can I have another chance?" And I'm like, "No."
So they continue to harass you?
Yeah, they keep on adding me, but I do unadd them and block them.
And still to this day?
Still to this day, yes.
Oh,
Yep.
alright.
And Jester has harassed one of my friends as well.
Do you have the name of that person?
Demon Incubus would know. Their name is Wolfie. They had experiences as well.
Wolfie?
Yes, Wolfie. Here, I shall give you their username now. Wolfie the AI.
Yeah, just send me the username.
Yep, definitely will. Here. Let's go this then. And there we go.
Do you think you can get in touch with them?
I can try my best, but the best person to get in touch with them would be Demon Incubus.
Understood.
Yep. And the times that they have added me again, and I've basically seen what the hell they wanted, they keep going that I was toxic and everything like that. Playing the victim, basically.
Understood.
Yep. So that's the whole thing of my experience with them.
Alright. Well, thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome. And from what I know recently, this was just from Demon Incubus of what he told me, that there was pedophilia happening with them
Yep.
again.
Well, those are true. Spank in front.
Yeah. Well, at least you know it wasn't the first time.
Yep.
But yeah, that is
Actually, the 17-year-old they're talking about is new to me. So that's 4 people. Now,
Jesus Christ.
that's 4 minors.
Jesus.
So, thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
If you can find a way to know who the minor is, please, that would be great.
Yeah, I will definitely find that out for you.
Thank you.
I know that Jester's done this a lot of making new accounts and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
And I don't think they're ever gonna learn, to be honest.
No.
Yeah,
No, they won't.
they won't. And from what I know as well, popular creators such as like Papa Welsh that they've wanted to collab with knows about Jester too.
So, Papa Welsh are they a victim too?
He's not a victim, but he knows about what Jester's done and everything.
Okay. Thank you.
So he's just, yep, he's not a victim, so you don't really need to talk to him.
If you know any more who have been victimized by her, please do not hesitate to send them my way. Okay?
Yep, I will definitely.
All this shit that you guys are telling me is going into a documentary, and will be sent to YouTube and shit.
Yeah, as I said as well, I would like to remain anonymous about it because I don't want them to find out about me.
You're fine.
Yep, thank you very much.
You're fine. So, I will, once I grab more stuff, do some editing, and put this on YouTube as soon as possible. So,
Yes.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You have a wonderful night.
I'll try to sleep after this.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah,
Good night.
it's like,
It's gonna be IRL or just user?
User.
Alright. My name is Shadow.
Okay. Tell me your story.
Well, it's a long one. But
Go ahead.
it starts back in I think 2020 when she was still like a really bad, really worse than she is now person.
Mm-hmm.
So back then she used to do open polys and was very under the age, but she would lie to people and say that she was 20 or
So, jump
30.
dating.
Yep. And she be dating a lot of older people that didn't know her and didn't really know the experience of what she's done to people.
I see.
And she's been all over every social media you can think of. She's been on Instagram, Twitter, or X, Facebook, MySpace, Reddit, everywhere.
Interesting.
And she's tried using that to get her way with people that don't know what she's done on VR chat. And she even tried, I think, a couple months ago, trying to make a fans lead to try to attract more people to her.
You have the
And
fans link?
well, no, she got permanently banned on that, thanks to me and my
Alright.
friends.
Continue.
And she's been trying to use these clearly genuine apology videos to try to get herself out of the hole she's dug herself in.
How many?
3 currently, if we're taking the recent one into account. This is the 3rd time she's had to make an apology video, and I have all of them on record.
Can you send me them?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
And all of them, as you'll probably hear, are all just non-genuine apologies.
Okay.
Let me go grab them from the anti-char group chat that way I made with a couple of friends of mine that would just go around getting evidence of all the fucked up shit she just done.
So, how many names have they gone by?
I've lost count after like 25.
I see.
And every time you block them, they just make a new account.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. They're the definition of the Five Nights at Freddy's meme. They always come back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
So,
go. I have
continue
to
your
go.
story.
Yeah, I've been just dealing with her shit for years, and over the years, I've just said the song "Don't Save Her." She doesn't want to be saved. Started repeating in my head, so I just
see.
stopped trying to help her and just let her suffer through the mistakes she does, because obviously she's not gonna learn. She never will.
Understandable.
So every fuck up she does, she'll come crying to me, and I'll just take all of that, throw it into evidence.
How many times has she come crying to you?
God, too damn many times.
How many?
I think I'm at 50 something now times that she's came back, crawling back to me saying, I lost all my friends, yada yada yada, I got myself into deep shit, blah 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 blah. and she's begged me to time and time again to try to get her out of it. And I'm like, no. If you didn't treat me like a piece of shit, you maybe I would, but every time I do, you just treat me like crap.
Interesting.
Alright, so here is one of her other discords she used to have. And here is the videos. Oh, wait,
Thank
that's
you.
the wrong one. It's a meme. That can stay in the meme category. Here's the first. To grab the other one. We go back down and get the next one.
Take your time.
And that's just how it's been for the past few years, just the back and forth. And don't get how she still trusts me after all the shit I've exposed her for, but she does.
Okay.
The only thing that really annoys me is that she tries to blackmail me out of groups that she should not be in to begin with.
Okay.
She's in many different ERP groups and stuff like that. The most popular ones you can think of, she's in those.
Well, she shouldn't be, correct?
Yeah, she shouldn't be. She's just trying to get people to, oh, please suck my dick, blah, 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 stuff like that. I'm like, no. You're just trying to get people into deep shit so it helps you being in a grave. Those are the other two apology videos she's done.
Was you lying about your age to people?
Stand by.
Yes.
You was lying about your age to people?
I didn't, at the time, I didn't know it was bad.
So that's the first video, the confession, correct?
And then after that is the second.
So
And then the
you're probably
third one was just
wondering
made recently.
why I'm making this recording. Well, it's to someone who I've heard and made accusations and rumors of. Their name is Ivy Winters. People have probably
And
heard
she
of
is
her
a
and the
part
rumors
of
I've
many
spread.
homicidal
I'm
suicide
don't
attempts,
confirm
which I've
those
told
rumors
you
are
before.
false. I
I
shouldn't
see.
have lied and said shit because I knew her.
Go in there. They're in there.
But
Yeah,
just like
go
Tech,
that way.
no matter how many
'Cause
times
I
they
knew
banned you
her
on one
since
account,
she-
you could just
since
make a
I
new
was
one
a
and get
minor,
right back
and at
on.
the time, I was age trapping and jailbaiting and
You
catfishing.
walk in a weird situation, homie.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. What was the recent video?
The recent video is the first one I sent you.
Let me see real quick.
The YouTube link on her YouTube channel.
Understood.
It's,
She
that's
has
the
a
most
YouTube
recent.
channel?
Yep, it's legitimately right there.
My name
Ezra,
Ebony
and then
Rodriguez.
confession about my past.
I've been jailbaiting for 5 years since I was a minor. Stealing identities in people's since I was a minor. Stealing identities in people's nudes. And lying about age and getting into 18 plus clubs and servers where I shouldn't be in them. I also had 5 people kill themselves just because of me, which I should be in jail by now because that's homicide. But today I owe a deep apology to Vidal and his girlfriend for slaughtering both of their names. and flying Buddha's name like 4 times.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying that she's sorry, but from what I gathered, she's not.
No, not at
I see a
all.
screenshot of that.
Well, you can tell in the video that she's just saying it so people can get off.
Trouble. Yeah.
Yeah,
Understandable.
because if she actually meant it, she'd be in like devastation and tears about what she did. But no,
This is the
it doesn't.
Discord server, correct?
Yep. Which I'm still in and trying to get more info and stuff.
How much
So
have
I
you
can-
collected so far?
So far, it's just been her talking about how she kicked you out and just stuff about what happened. That's about
Interesting.
it.
Very interesting info.
Mm-hmm. I always try to get as much as I can, because the more info, the better.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. Continue your story.
So, we're gonna jump to about in between 2020 and 2021. She got a whole lot worse, was going around legitimately lying to people that were in their 20s when she was only like 16,
Clearly.
17 at the time,
Yep.
trying everything she could to try to get anybody to do shit with her. And at the time, she got 2 of my good friends that kind of left the game because of her, which was a homie of mine named Demon Lord, and then another one that I forget his name. But Demon Lord was also like a person that was trying to fix her, but she didn't want to be fixed.
Interesting.
And then a lot of her close friends that know that she's doing bad shit and are trying to help her would know a lot more than I. I'm just the messenger and the one that gets all the info that's recent. Or the critical stuff. They know probably a lot more than I do when it comes to her and how
Yeah.
she does stuff. And for right now, that's pretty much all that really needs to be said because it's a rinse and repeat of what she
Understandable.
does. Gets on a social media platform, tweets about wanting to do stuff with older age people. Gets fucked over and exposed, rinse, repeat. I don't understand how she doesn't learn that you need to change your entire personality to be able to.
Between her losing her shit when I was not around and claiming that every time I wasn't around her was when I was fucking Sakura, which at that time I still had not even remotely touched. So I was like, okay, sure, she's having a fit again, and that was on a daily basis. It will happen when I'm online, when I'm at work, when I'm studying at my university, or when I'm sleeping as well. She would just lose her shit for 6 hours straight in my DMs.
Interesting.
I do not care too much about like people who are unhinged like that. I deal with those pretty well.
Mhm.
Like most of the time, I don't care if someone is venting.
Yeah.
The only issue I'm gonna have if it starts bleeding into my groups, into my friends, etc., etc. So, considering that she started threatening Sakura's life very quickly, I reported it. I took the screenshot. I sent them over, and we got a ban from most of the groups I knew, like that I knew I was hanging out with, that I had friends in. That was my sole objective.
Mhm.
In between that happening, she was trying to get me to one up all of the guys she had around her, namely Paul Kafos, who was back then a friend of hers that was helping her dealing with her like her depression and stuff. He wasn't interested in fucking with in being in a relationship with her or like ERPing with her because she was ERPing with other dudes. It just wasn't about that. And he was just wary of me because he was wondering if I was gonna be someone who was just gonna try to like take advantage of her. And those opinions on both of our ends just switched when she was putting the both of us in a wall and trying to claim that he was jealous of me and that I was gonna be jealous of him and that I needed to protect her from him. And it backfired on her because we just looked at each other and said, "Yeah, let's end this bullshit and leave." And so this is what we did. And she pled, she cried extra to try to get us back. Like I told her again, I'm not dating shit. I'm just here like to ERP at best, and that's it.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I got DM'd by her owner and later on by her boyfriend. The owner, I would need to dig deep to find the name, but she had an owner which with who she was not supposed to ERP with anyone else. So when that dude heard that she started to have someone she called master on her, he messaged me and asked me if that was true, and I said, "Yep, here are the DMs, here's all the proof." She told me she was in an open, she was allowed to do it. I don't look really like deeper into this. And so she got disowned, quote unquote, by this owner. And later on, that was the same thing with the boyfriend, who asked me what the fuck I was doing around her girlfriend. I said, she told me she was in an open. She asked me to be her master. She told me you were fine with it. Here are the proofs. Here you go. So same thing. Boyfriend broke up. Came back, I think, like 2 weeks later, and then broke up again. But anyways. And while I was having her as like a pet for a while, that was just the dynamic. She was lying to people. I did not get involved. Could not care less. It's not my problem. And when this all switched, really, was when I got back with Def. So from there, I looked at this mess I had and I was like, I'm too much time. It made too many risks for it to bleed in my relationship. So yeah. So on the premise of me keeping her as a pet, I told her, I want you to make, first of all, I want you to end all of the rumors you're spreading about me, being like an awful owner, claiming that I was going to meet her well, like extra. And I got her to make several public apologies on her Twitter account. When I started dating Def, I told her that I was going to start. I was dating someone. She lost her mind. As usual, she had a fit. She made messages. And then I went to her, recorded me telling her, or at least admitting that all of that were lies, if I'm not mixing things up. Because she was claiming that I said I was gonna fly over to her or the other way around to like fuck her and live with her, extra stuff like that.
Interesting.
Then she had an altercation with my girlfriends, and then she threatened her children. She threatened to kill me. Well, I mean, just another time of her threatening to kill me. That she was gonna go over to my house. In order, rape me, cut my dick, fly me over to her, and I think rape her as well. Anyways, don't think I need to extend too much on that. You've already been given that proof by Def like a while back.
Yep.
Yeah, this is this is the broadest of lines, but there's really not much more to like look into it.
Yeah.
Besides just her losing her shit like on a daily basis in my DMs, and that's mainly it.
Rodriguez. I have been jailbaiting for 5 years since I was a minor, stealing identities in people's nudes, and lying about drinking to 18 plus clubs and service where I shouldn't be in them. I also had 5 people kill themselves just because of me, which I should be in jail by now because that's homicide. But today I owe a